The horsemeat scandal that rocked Europe in 2013 exposed the corruption in the food industry. What other unknown and hidden scandals are yet to break? We cannot place our lives into the hands of the compromised food industry and the regulatory bodies. We must take care of our own health by eating healthy, less processed foods. The inherent corruption and fraud in the food industry were partially unveiled in December 2012 and January 2013, when authorities in Ireland, the UK, and later throughout Europe uncovered a deep-seated fraud and crime syndicate in the beef industry. Molecular or DNA analysis of several beef products in major retailers and restaurants identified, to the shocking disbelief of consumers, that they contained more than 33% equine or horse DNA and or more than 85% pork DNA. Meaning most of these beef products were but mislabeled and cheaper horse and pig meat being sold expensively as beef. Particularly, beef in frozen lasagna and spaghetti bolognese, made by French manufacturer Comagel, was 100% horse meat. Notably, horses are treated with drugs such as phenylbutazone, which is banned from human consumption due to their blood and bone marrow pathologies. Hence, eating horse meat exposes consumers to these risks. Moreover, there are large Jewish and Muslim communities in Europe that do not eat pork. Hence, adding pork to beef secretly and feeding it to them was very unethical. Other chemicals such as nitrates and nitrites, which are used to cure pork by making it pink and tasty for bacon, ham, sausage, hot dogs, burgers, and so on, were earlier reported to be carcinogenic. However, the food industry fought this finding tooth and nail, paying huge sums to lobby governments and influence alternative scientific findings to suppress this truth and reverse a ban on these compounds in foods. Yet, the World Health Organization's International Agency for Research on Cancer, or IARC, recently concluded that nitrates and nitrites are indeed carcinogenic if exposed to them in the absence of antioxidants, just as is the case with processed meat. Nitrates and nitrites in processed food react in the gut to produce nitrosamines, which destroy cell membranes, proteins, lipids, and even DNA, resulting in cancers. Thus, highly processed meat consumption has been associated with higher rates of colonic cancers. Equally, the fish industry is actively using higher pesticides at alarming rates and levels to treat increasingly resistant sea lice and other parasites, while suppressing research showing the ecological and health impacts of these organophosphates. You see, these pesticides accumulate in the fish fats and oils, eventually ending up on our plates and in our foods, predisposing consumers to several forms of cancers and health deformities. Organophosphates, or OPEs, used in fish farming and agriculture affect marine and freshwater animals. These OPEs, well, they deposit in the fish's fats and inevitably end up on our plates. Surely these partly explain the increasing incidence of health maladies in humanity globally. Further, we cannot trust our health to food industries that are bent on profiteering and regulatory bodies that are easily compromised. Honestly, the time to be nutritionally literate and self-educated about our health and diet is now. Let us take care of our own health by growing and eating organic food, free from dangerous chemicals and food additives.